All right, welcome back to the show. Mayor Matura from East Haven offered his apology this morning on Chaz and AJ's show. You've heard about the controversy where he basically mentioned flippantly that he'd go out to have some tacos in response to a question about what he would do to make amends to the Latino community after police officers were arrested and charged, alleged to have misused their power in denying the rights for Latinos and harassing them. So you heard that video. We'll go back to that in a second. But here's the apology, and then we'll go to his initial comments.
And that's why we can't always believe what we hear from the press. Never criticize without knowing the facts.
What are you doing for the Latino community today?
I might have tacos when I go home. I'm not quite sure yet.
You realize that's not really the comment to say right now. You might have tacos tonight.
I might have spaghetti tonight. Being of Italian descent, I could go out and I've had ethnic food. And when you asked me what I was doing for Latinos tonight, I may go out and have a Latino dinner in the Latino community. There's nothing wrong with that. And you could twist it and turn it whichever way the press decides to do.
You just told me that tonight, when I asked you what are you doing for the Latino community.
Here we go. Go ahead. Go ahead. Make it sound whichever way reporters want it to sound.
Mayor.
Go for it.
Mayor.
Take your best shot.
Mayor.
Take your best shot. Go ahead.
I am not twisting words here.
Say it the whatever way you want.
All right, that was special. So we didn't have the apology first. We had the statement first. It was only appropriate. We'll go to the apology in a second, but that was special to watch. Just a train wreck, just unfolding. We have Marilyn Alverio, a diversity consultant and a branding specialist, and Isai'as Diaz, the chairman of Latino and Puerto Rican Affairs Commission. Your thoughts on what you saw here?
Well, I think my first concern is that considering the climate that's taking place in East Haven with these comments coming directly off of the news of the 4 police officers being arrested for racial profiling, I think his comments are not only unprofessional, coming from the caliber of office that he has, but also culturally insensitive and in poor taste. And not that I'm trying to bash him, I'm just characterizing the comments, considering everything that's going on in the climate in East Haven.
I mean, quite frankly, there were extraordinary comments from a mayor on camera speaking to a Latino reporter, which is underreported also. He's talking to a guy named Mario Diaz. I was floored by it. Marilyn, you deal with the issue of diversity every day. What do you make of this? How is the mayor so brazen to even flippantly make a comment on this when 4 of his officers are arrested on federal charges?
Right. Yeah, and I think, you know, as you look at the entire interview, you become more and more appalled because he tries to dig himself out and he continues to babble, and you want to just say, stop, stop already. It's okay. But I think that, you know, the comments are offensive, and I think when we watch it, we're in disbelief, and you can't believe that these comments are coming from that level of office and in such comfort. I mean, there was just a very natural way of referring to a very important population in his constituency. The Latinos make up more than 10% of his community. And so there's an insensitivity, but there's also, it goes much deeper than that, Stan. This is at the core happening around the country. We have Maricopa County where Sheriff I can't remember his last name, Apeo, I think it is, Joe Apeo, has been doing some unbelievably assaulting kinds of activities taking place there. Here in Connecticut, the Danbury 11 just settled a case where it cost the town $400,000 because of these behaviors. So now we're talking about taking resources from much needed areas in our city, shelter, food, home, education, to apply towards some very unnecessary behaviors that could be corrected.
And yet Latinos are the fastest growing population in the country, in Connecticut. We hear here in Hartford, there are instances of people saying they're feeling the same kind of thing, so it's growing. But now America is also a forgiving country, and the mayor say, you know what, my bad, I misspoke here. Here's his apology. Let's talk about now the apology and whether or not there can be forgiveness and healing. Let's hear the mayor's apology.
It was stupid, it was insensitive, and I gave my detractors and the people who want to make a serious situation about 4 police officers who were arrested and who one still sits in jail. It gave them a reason to make matters worse with a gotcha and an insensitive and stupid answer to something that I should never have said.
All right, that's the Chaz and AJ show, WPLR. Your reaction to the apology?
And, you know, he immediately puts blame on the media, which is, you know, the first step. The second thing is that he made it even worse by saying he was tired, or, you know, what kind of apology is that? There's a blog going on. This thing has gone viral, as you can imagine. The reaction from folks in the community nationally is just absolutely unbelievable. Today there was a newsletter from a woman here in Connecticut, Natalie Holder, who is a diversity consultant, that says it starts off with saying the fish stinks at the head. Now, what does that mean? Right? That means that leaders are setting the tone, and so obviously folks that work for them feel, okay, this is okay to do.
Isai'as, Diaz, the other issue here, this case is going to trial. For a lot of folks who were maybe being objective or were in this, who didn't think this was happening, the mayor has maybe tainted this situation by letting people who maybe were on the bubble and they say, wow, maybe there is something there. What about that stand? He may have heard his own guys with a jury pool that says, well, gee, the fish stinks at the head. There is a problem here.
Well, actually, coming from my legal background, I have tried cases in federal court, and there is the potential for jury bias, but at the same, and especially since in the federal system it's not like the state level, where in the state level there's individual voir dire, in the state level, in the federal level it's a panel. So while there may be a potential for jury tainting or jury pool tainting, I think the greater emphasis should not be necessarily the judicial process, but more so, what is he going to do as the mayor in order to rectify the things that he's done, aside from an initial
link? We have 10 seconds left. What should he do? Quick bullet point. One thing he must do right now. 10 seconds.
He needs to reach out to the leaders in the Latino community and try to work with the 10% in his city a way so that they can develop confidence in him again.
Also, only one Spanish-speaking police officer on his force, so 50. Problem, right? Quickly, 5 seconds.
We need to have conversations on race. I mean, this goes, as I said, much deeper than this. I think the fact that people have not accepted that we may be equal, the idea that we may be equal, is not reaching the right levels of our city, government, and all levels of our society.
And words are very powerful, right? Words are very telling and very powerful. Isai'as Diaz from the Latino and Puerto Rican Affairs Commission, Marilyn Alverio, consultant, diversity, and marketing. When we come back, folks, we're going to change gears and talk about pets. We know all you pet lovers out there, if you're interested in adopting a pet, there's some definite do's and don'ts. Stick around. We have Michelle Stratton from Petco who will tell you all about what you should do and what you shouldn't do. Again, catch the show online 24/7, ctnow.com/stand. Like us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter. Don't go away.